You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound.
Now we are going to see how to register a domain name. So as we said, we need to think the best possible name which people can easily remember, and it should describe whatever activities we are trying to do in short words, and it can be used as a domain name which we type onto the browser. So since it needs users memory to remember the domain name, it should be a short, sweet and simple. So as we said here, if it is the business is with a name called XYZ Medical and General Stores, you can make sure that it can be something like a xyzmedicos.com or XYZ Medical, something like that which is easily rememberable. And the domain name should be all small characters and without any space or special characters. Only the numbers are allowed, otherwise that only the letters and numbers can be used for forming a domain name. So now we will see how to register to a domain registrar website, then search for whether the domain name is available or not, and if it is available, we'll proceed further to owning that domain name.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound.
So we are going to use Namecheap as our domain name registrar, and if you can see it here, the first thing we can do is register to the domain name registrar's website, because it will help us to purchase. So we will use our username and set some password. As we are entering the password, then add name, and finally add your email ID, and then we will create an account. So it created an account for us. As you can see it here, it created an account, and we can go to the dashboard. So now let's go to the dashboard. Here we can see it. Search for the new domain, so which we can. So as an example, we are going to create a domain name for some restaurant, which we can use it as a example. So let us search for some example of a restaurant with the name Brunda's Pure Veg. So we will add BRUNDAZ Pure Veg. So it is an easily rememberable domain name, and then search for the domain name. So as you can see it here, it is going ahead and showing us which all the domain names with all the extensions are available. So as we can see it here, this domain name is available for 791.14 rupees per year, and then from the next year it will cost 1154.50. As we had mentioned previously, the biggest factor to decide a domain name registrar is how easy their dashboard is, and also the price they offer compared to the other domain name registrars, and the kind of technical help, if at all we are required, they are providing. So we found Namecheap is good in all of those points what we had seen. So for first year, normally, because this domain name registration is valid for per year basis, and as we register with this domain name registrar, normally we will be their long time customer, so they offer some discounts or lower price for per year. That is why we have seen it here. It is for first year it is 791, but again for next year it is going to be increased. And also to make it more attractive, they are providing one more coupon. We can see it here. It is new comp 598, which will reduce the price further. So we will copy this coupon and then add this domain name to the cart. So as we can see it here, it has added, and it is also saying that whether you want to buy some other services. But for now we are not concerned, so we will just proceed and go ahead with the checkout process. But before going to checkout, make sure that all the spelling is correct in the domain name, because once there is a small mistake also into the domain name's spelling, then it is difficult for people to then remember that change in the spelling, and it may not be useful at all. You have to re-register again. So we have this name, then we have purposefully kept Z instead of S, and then for pure veg. So it is basically a restaurant domain name. Now we will go and click on checkout. So it is showing how do you, so here, so it is basically showing us all the details of then domain name, privacy, premium DNS. So these are some of the other services, so which we are not worried too much about right now. So we will go and enter the promo code. So promo code is a discount. As we can see it here, the price is currently 806, and let's see whether it reduces further. We will click on apply. Yes, so it has reduced further by some amount, and it is now totaling to the 508 rupees 71. So now we will go and click on the confirm order. So it is showing, as we said, there are some other services they are offering, so which we are not worried about right now. Normally, for another important thing is this SSL, but for first year mostly we will get a free SSL. So we will see what this SSL is later on. Now click on confirm order. So here we have to add the details, then title, and add your address. So we started. So now we can see here the price has been reduced. Now we'll click on confirm order. So on the next page, it will ask for the details of credit card or how you want to make a payment. So we will click on here, confirm order, make the payment, and then come back to the same page. So since it is carrying the personal information, so we will be not recording in this video. So we'll come back again once the domain name payment has been completed, and we'll show how it looks. So here we are on to the payment page, and we have filled up the card details, and then we'll click on continue. Here it is asking us to confirm the payment, so we'll proceed further and click on the pay now. The payment is processing, and soon it will confirm if everything goes all right. So now we can go to the dashboard. Now we have successfully completed the payment, and then we can go to the dashboard after the payment is successful. So here we can see the domain name has been registered with our name. So this is our user account, and then now we are the owner of this domain name. So here we can see some of those details of whether you want to auto renew the domain for the next year or not. So for now we'll disable the auto renew. So if you have the long-term business visibility and everything, then you can just go ahead and keep the auto renewal as is, but because we are using for the demonstration purpose, we are going to turn off this auto renew. And now here the next step it comes is to make sure that we change the DNS for the, as you can see it here, it has Namecheap basic DNS. That means you can configure the DNS for the hosting. Once you have registered a domain name and now you are the owner of the domain, the last thing which we have to do is to do a email verification of the domain name. As you can see it here, we have received one email. So just what we have to do is click on this, click here to verify your email address. So as we can see it here, from this date it has been made mandatory to verify the email address of who is the owner of this domain. So we will click it here and we can see it now. It is showing that we have verified the email ID. Thank you.